Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. As always, it is very good to see you. I'm Shreya Dhondial. And you know this, the battle lines have firmly been drawn ahead of the special session of Parliament that begins 3 days from now to take up two proposed bills. This is not complicated. One bill is to amend the Constitution to expand the Lok Sabha from 543 to 816 seats. And the second bill is to reserve 1/3 of those seats, 273 to be precise, for women. The government says the latter cannot be done without the former, and both therefore needed to be bundled together. The Prime Minister today in fact claimed that the special move would fulfill what all parties wanted. He said that in 2023, when the original Women's Reservation Bill was passed, all parties had said it should be implemented by 2029 and not by 2034, as was proposed by the government. So his government is doing what it is doing, respecting the opposition's sentiment. Listen in.
भारत 21वीं सदी के सबसे बड़े निर्णयों में से एक निर्णय लेने जा रहा है। ये निर्णय नारी शक्ति को समर्पित है। महिलाओं की भागीदारी हमारे लोकतंत्र को मजबूती दे, इसके लिए 16 अप्रैल से संसद के बजट सत्र की विशेष बैठक का आयोजन होने जा रहा है। आमतौर पर पिता और बेटा कुछ व्यापार की बात करते हैं ना, और अगर माँ चाय लेके आए और थोड़ी देर खड़ी रहे, अरे तुम जाओ किचन में काम करो, हम बात कर रहे हैं। मैं गृहस्थी नहीं हूं, लेकिन पता बहुत है। लेकिन अब जब वो आर्थिक ताकत बनी है ना, तो बेटा भी कहता है अरे जरा मम्मी को बुलाइए ना, बातचीत में उनको बुलाइए ना। एक उत्सव का माहौल बनेगा पूरे देश में, और ये दल वो दल वाला विषय नहीं रहने वाला है। कौन जीता कौन हारा, किसने किया किसने सब, सारा क्रेडिट देश की मातृशक्ति को है, सारा क्रेडिट देश की संसद को है, सारी क्रेडिट हिंदुस्तान के सभी राजनीतिक दलों को है, सारी क्रेडिट पिछले 3-4 दशक से लगातार जो जो काम कर रहे हैं सबको क्रेडिट है। ये सबका है, सबके सहयोग से है और सबकी भलाई के लिए है।
Now, ladies and gentlemen, despite those conciliatory noises, the opposition is not impressed and is calling this Modi ji's Shakuni Chal. They say women's reservation is not the issue, that they, which means the opposition, supported it wholeheartedly way back in 2023. The problem, according to the opposition, is delimitation, the exercise that will expand the size of the Lok Sabha from 543 to 816 seats. Sonia Gandhi this morning in an op-ed in the Hindu newspaper says the sole objective of this special session is to derive political advantage by the BJP and place the opposition on the defensive. She says that the Prime Minister's 2029 U-turn is coming 30 months after the opposition had initially demanded it. And therefore, the timing is very suspicious, especially since it is coming bang in the middle of elections. M.K. Stalin, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu too, has raised a stink. He accused the government of bundling the two issues, which is reservation and redrawing of the Lok Sabha seat boundaries, deliberately. He demanded that the Women's Reservation Bill be implemented immediately without any fresh delimitation or change in the number of Lok Sabha seats. He says that the union government is not concerned about implementing reservations for women. If their concern, he says, were genuine, they could have done it right away. Rather than doing that, the BJP-led centre is thinking of using it as a weapon to tackle opposition and take up the delimitation exercise based on population. He is saying this because if the delimitation exercise is based on the 2011 census, the fear that southern states have is that the number of seats that will increase in the south, Lok Sabha seats that will increase in the south, will be nothing compared to the increase that northern states and central states see. This is where the BJP is strong. As expected, a war of words is underway.
मुद्दा महिला आरक्षण नहीं है, वो सर्वसम्मति से पास हुआ है। असल में मुद्दा डिलिमिटेशन और परिसीमन है। आप महिला आरक्षण के पीछे छिपकर जो शकुनी चाल चल रहे हैं वो मत चलिए। तो बजाय न्यूज़पेपर्स में ओपेड लिखने के, बजाय सम्मेलन करने के, बजाय मंचों से विपक्ष से अपील करने के, ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग बुलाइए। और जिस तरह से आप बीच चुनाव में एक स्पेशल सेशन बुला रहे हैं, आप बंगाल के 42 और तमिलनाडु के 39 सांसदों और तमाम सीनियर लीडर से ये हक छीन रहे हैं कि वो जाकर वहां प्रचार प्रसार कर सके, वो जनता के बीच में जा सके। ये हक आप उनसे छीन रहे हैं।
महिला आरक्षण विधेयक और लोकसभा में और विधान सभाओं में उनकी हिस्सेदारी 33% एक सच्चाई बनने जा रही है। एंड आई एम शॉक्ड द वे कांग्रेस इज बिहेविंग। सिंस 2010 दे हैव बीन डूइंग लाइक दिस। महिलाओं को धोखा देना, तो झूठे वादे करना, बिल को लटकाना, आज वही प्रथा शुरू हो गई। और तो और मैडम खुद करने लगी, सोनिया मैडम। अरे क्या परेशानी है महिला के 33% आ जाएंगी वो लोकसभा में, विधानसभाओं में, आपको क्या दिक्कत है? महिलाओं से इतनी नफरत क्यों? क्योंकि महिलाएं भारतीय जनता पार्टी और एनडीए के साथ है, मोदी जी के साथ है।
Once again, the government, through Kiran Rijiju ji, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, has reached out to the entire opposition, particularly Khadge ji and the Congress Party. The Prime Minister has made appeal to all parties, written letter to them, and even Mr. Khadge was approached by Kiran Rijiju ji as early as 16th of March that conversation and consultation needs to be had with the Congress leaders. Wide consultation and conversation has been had with all the opposition parties because the government is committed, Modi government is committed that there can be no more delay in the implementation of Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam.
Let me go to my guests who are joining me for a quick discussion this evening, a brief 12-minute discussion. Jasmine Sandwalia, spokesperson of the BJP. Good evening. Good to see you. Advocate Anmol Panwar, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, and Nigat Abbas, spokesperson of the Congress Party, joining us on the broadcast. Nigat, this morning, we've seen, of course, we opened our newspapers and we saw a long, lengthy column and op-ed by Sonia Gandhi, but then we also heard from the Prime Minister of the country. The Prime Minister of the country is saying, when I said 2029 is something that will not be possible for me, that timeline will not be possible for me to implement the Women's Reservation Bill, the opposition was hell-bent. No, do it and do it by 2029, not by 2034. Now, after 30 months, I have decided that this entire exercise will be implemented by the 2029 elections. So, ab opposition ko kya problem hai? I am just doing what the opposition wanted me to say and do. You're mute, Nigat, you're mute. Please, could you unmute yourself? Arey Nigat, sun to lijiye, you'll have to unmute yourself. Good evening. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening. Good evening, Shreya, to you, my co-panelists, and the viewers of Times Now tonight. So first of all, let's just elevate the debate because this is not about gender issue anymore. This is more than that. This is constitutional design issue. So yes, we understand the basics that Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam was passed unanimously, but what was quietly inserted in it was Article 334A, which made the the reservation bill conditional on census and delimitation. Now, yes, we are talking about that. Now, the first question which arose that time and even today is that why do you want to attach the democratic fundamental reform with two very uncertain executive controlled processes? Because that is where the government gets the control of the timing, Shreya. And we are right now questioning the timing and the intention because if you remember the delay, the denial and the urgency and the dominance which we have been seeing like a pattern, understand the sequence. The census was delayed for 5 years. Caste census was then rejected, but again politically repackaged during the state elections of certain states because they wanted to gain the opportunity out of it. We understand. Now, again, look at the timing right now, because even Kharge ji is trying to question the government that what can we discuss when we don't even know that what is being proposed. So we are looking at the intention, that what is the intention? Why can't you wait for the special session, and once the elections are done, you can probably come out of it? Because when we understand the political and the geographical understanding of our country, we need to understand the states
नहीं,
which
Jasmine,
are
Jasmine, ये
purposefully
थोड़ा confusing हो
controlled.
रहा है. Jasmine, this is a bit confusing. Let me just, sorry, Nighat, this is becoming a little confusing. Let me just go back to my original question. I understand that point you're making about the 2011 census. I understand the opposition's concerns when it comes to the delimitation exercise. I want to ask you, what was 30 months ago, what was number one priority for the opposition? The opposition said that this Modi government has no intent to implement the women's reservation bill, which is why they are stretching it all the way to 2034. If their intention is real and genuine, they should implement it by 2029. Now they are making a move of implementing it by 2029 by clubbing it with the delimitation exercise and saying कि अच्छा चलो अब हम ये 2027 वाले census को wait नहीं करेंगे, 2011 के census से ही हम delimitation कर देंगे, post which we can do this women's reservation bill, right? So that by 2029 it can be implemented. Now again my question to you was, if 30 months ago the opposition had wanted the implementation of the women's reservation bill by the by the next election, why are you opposing it now?
No, we are not opposing. Let's understand the basics, Shreya. That is exactly what we're saying. We're not opposing, and let's understand and, retreat ourselves about the historic reforms like 73rd and the 74th amendments led by Rajiv Gandhi ji, which took years of consultation. We are talking about that. Why is that the member of parliament has not been given any proposed, initiation of the document and the conversation? Why is that the all-party meeting has been proposed by the opposition leaders, and not just once, twice, but thrice? The government has completely denied on it. We are trying to understand that why is that this government is trying to bulldoze the structural and the constitutional ways of amendments. Why is that after 30 months you have to take a U-turn? If you wanted to do it, that intention was right. Why couldn't you do it back in 2024? Everybody had supported you, and we are even today we are in the in that support. But what we are talking about right now is that the states who have purposefully controlled their population,
The southern states.
the justice going to get to them? Because then when we look at the geography right now, the states who have not controlled
So
are certainly
essentially,
going to be
Nighat, you are saying that the women's reservation bill is a bahana. Actually, they wanted to bring in the delimitation exercise based on the 2011 census so that their seats in northern India and central India can increase, because that is where the BJP is strong, and the south will remain at a disadvantage because obviously they have been better at population control. So you are calling this a Shakuni ka chal. I get that. I understand it. Jasmine, would you want to respond to that?
I definitely want to respond to that. I, Shreya, today not only want to speak as a BJP spokesperson, but I also want to speak as a woman Indian citizen who is going to say that it is so unfortunate that late Rajiv Gandhi, a very seasoned, a very progressive prime minister of this country, started this bill, proposed this bill in May 1989. And that is 37 years back. I was in BA first year in Simla and St. Bede's College. One really saluted him for being so progressive. His wife, Sonia Gandhi, Shrimati Sonia Gandhi, a respectable politician of this country, was the longest serving party president. Her daughter, Priyanka Gandhi, is member of the Lok Sabha. She is sitting in the Rajya Sabha. For them, and her mother-in-law, Indira Gandhi, was the prime minister of the country, coming from the Gandhis to stall a woman's reservation bill. And it was so unfortunate for me to read the article in Hindu today, which Sonia Gandhi has written. This is all
Jasmine ji, since you read the article, you also read the headline of the article. The headline of the article says that the women's quota bill is not the issue.
No,
we supported wholeheartedly, like we supported it in 2023. The problem is delimitation.
No, they have always been stalling it. One thing or the other, they will always come up with something else. These are all stalling tactics. And Congress is unfortunately on its back foot because it does not want the credit to go to the BJP, which had the gumption, the progressive attitude that 50% of the population of this country have a right. And why should Sonia Gandhi deny the women of India to wait till 2034? Not even a day should be wasted, and women should sit in parliament.
But 30 months ago, why did the Prime Minister say that the women of India have to wait till 2034?
He did not. He did not say any. This is changing the structure of the.
He
of the
changed his
language.
mind.
It is no.
Which is a good
it is
thing.
not
I mean,
that.
flexible
It is
people keep
not
changing their minds all the time. There's nothing wrong in it. I
So
change
that
my
means
mind
that-
every
that
hour.
means- That means the Congress has changed its mind. It was never serious about the women reservation bill. You tell me, Mr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister of this country for 10 years. In 2010, they were able to table the women reservation bill in the Rajya Sabha. They passed it also. But for 10 years, Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh and the Congress party did not do anything for women.
Anmol Panwar, the point that the BJP is making is this. That opposition essentially doesn't want the Prime Minister to walk away with the credit of the women's reservation bill. But he'd already walked away with the credit in 2023, right? When it was passed.
Good evening, Shreya ji. Shreya ji, women constitute nearly half of our country's population. And let me say this very unequivocally that India's growth story is incomplete without them. So Aam Aadmi Party is in complete support of this women reservation bill, point number one. Secondly, every action of the government must be judged by the intent behind it. A party which is fundamentally anti-women, a party which is anti-women in action, which is anti-women in intent, which is anti-women in thought. How can we expect that party to work for the welfare of the women? A party which shields rapists, which has likes of Prajwal
But
Ravanna,
women's reservation bill is a good
which
move.
shields
It is pro-women.
the sexual offenders. Yes, certainly we are in complete support of that. But the point is, when this bill was first passed in September 2023, we very categorically said that give 33% reservation in the 543 seats of the Lok Sabha. But at that time, the law minister of the BJP, law minister of our country, he said that a delimitation and census is required to pass this bill. Because if this bill is passed in haste, then it will be set aside by the Honorable Supreme Court because it will be contrary to the law. But now, what is this sudden urgency to bring this bill in accordance with the delimitation of 2011? We are saying that do a delimitation, do a census, and then pass this bill. We are in support of this bill.
But then again,
We have
women
never
of this
opposed
country
this
will
bill.
have to wait till
Deny the women,
2034.
deny the women
before the
for two
elections,
parliamentary
they want
segments.
to-
Deny them. How can you take 2 generations away?
No, but
Already
but
we are behind 40
चलिए
years.
Jasmine जी 1 minute Jasmine जी Jasmine जी सवाल सुन लीजिए जरा.
Jasmine ji,
You know, the
Jasmine
southern
ji,
states,
at that time,
Anmol ji 1
Jasmine-
minute, I am going to raise the issue that you have raised because the
Jasmine
issue
ji,
you
at
are
that
raising
time
is
you were
something that
saying-
MK Stalin has raised as well. Southern states have a problem with this. Now the problem, MK Stalin is asking you something very simple, asking the BJP something very simple. If the government wants to give the women's reservation bill by the next election, which is 2029, do it on the current strength of the Lok Sabha. Na? What is the problem? Why wait for a delimitation? Why wait for a next census or this census or that census? Forget the census, forget the delimitation. Abhi 543 seats hai Lok Sabha mein. आप उसमें दे दीजिए 33% reservation by the next election. What is the problem in that? ये लंबा चौड़ा लफड़ा क्यों कर रहे हैं आप?
ये कोई लफड़ा नहीं है. This is working for a progressive India. We are increasing the seats. After all, we are a population of 1.5 billion. We are digressing from the whole issue here. They are bringing up technicalities into it. Let the women of this country get a 33% resolution. When they raise up this issue. I will raise up this issue. I'll further put myself in a spot as a BJP person when they raise up this issue that there should be quotas and sub-quotas. The problem here is that do not give the women their due right. The whole issue hinges on this. The whole issue hinges on this.
But
that
how
women
does the
should be
Congress
denied
benefit? by blocking 33% reservation for women. Nikhat,
I just have one
the
basic
BJP
question.
spokesperson is saying that delimitation is being held up as a technicality. My question is, who's holding up delimitation as a technicality, the BJP or the Congress?
The Congress.
I just need to understand one thing from the respective spokesperson of BJP, that please tell me, is India a union of states or it's just a competition of head count? That's where my question is, and that's if she will answer me, you are going to get because I do not understand that you magnify the population differences without correcting the development efforts. I mean, rushing through it completely dangerous, constitutionally dangerous. Why can't you have a discussion over it? And we have been reiterating it again and again. And why can't you have? Why did you do it back in 2023 when it was unanimous?
Ladies, ho gaya. No point talking over each other because the viewer doesn't understand anything. But I think that we've managed to get all your points of views in. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much. One thing is for certain, the government will need the opposition's help, because when it comes to a constitution amendment, there are 2/3 members who should be voting in support of it. The government doesn't clearly have the numbers. So, the government will need the opposition's help. And if the opposition decides to, shrug off and not do what the government wants it to do, then another fight will ensue. For the moment, we are bracing ourselves for a rather stormy special session of Parliament that begins on the 16th. We'll leave it there for the moment. Jasmine, Advocate Panwar and Nikhat Abbas, thank you very much for joining us.